Hello, everyone. This is Adam Meister, the Bitcoin Meister, the Disrupt Meister. Welcome to Today in Bitcoin. Today is August the 14th, 2017. Buy and hold. Resist temptation to sell at high prices. Get rich by desiring little. Pure commitment to Bitcoin. Strong hand. All right. Thanks to the awesome dude who likes to send me Litecoin. And thanks to the guy who sent me some Zcash. You rock, man. So I'm in Dublin, Ireland right now, if you need a reminder about that. And I will be in Quebec City on August 17th. You can email me, and I'll be there for a month about. You can email me at adam@tresorhelp.com if you want to hang out or if you have ideas. And here is you can get this leather case at cryptohwwallet.com. This one would be for your Ledger Nano, but they sell leather cases for all of these storage devices like Trezors and Digital Bitbox, I think. Check out my affiliate link below for cryptohwwallet.com. And also you can shirts like this from Cryptography, use the Meister discount code. Again, it's ironic, people. It looks like Chase Bank, I know. People still have questions about this for some reason. Come on, use your heads here. Use your heads. Pound that like button. Come on, people. Don't disappoint me in your intelligence levels here. All right. So, and your listening comprehension, because sometimes I'll say something and then you ask the question that I already answered 5 minutes before. I don't get it. I guess, whatever. Pound that like button if you like Adam Meister being confused. All right, I see Vincent Migtal's over there in the chat. He is a smart guy. I like him a lot. Pound that like button for Vincent Migtal and for the fact that Adam can't find his notes. All right, so yeah, strong hand is really paying off lately, isn't it? If you didn't panic sell your Bitcoin, you're really happy. I know I've said that last show. I wanted to say it again, because I love having a strong hand. Poloniex has added Bcash starting today. That happened earlier today. And they credited people who foolishly kept their Bitcoin on the exchange before August the 1st. Hey, you're going to say, I wasn't a fool. It didn't get stolen. Okay, it didn't get stolen. But if you put it on BTC-E, it did. Anyway, you got your Bcash today. Be happy. You can sell it now. You can do whatever with it. And if you have Bcash laying around, you can sell it on Poloniex now. Again, I recommend that you never buy this stuff. But I'm going to say something later in the show, and some of you are going to probably say, well, I'll buy it because of what you just said, Adam. All right. So FOMO is in the air. Fear of missing out is in the air. As I predicted, when people got back to work this Monday morning, they would start hearing about this. I mean, now we're at $4,300 Bitcoin. I mean, when I went on the air right now, it's at $4,325 on what's it called? Gemini.com. And I use Gemini's price. It's a United States exchange. So if you're going to quote a dollar exchange, you better use the Winklevoss Brothers exchange. Why not? It's in America. It's in New York. But yeah, so it was only Alan Silbert has a tweet. It's linked to below. Always check out the link section below these videos to get important links. We have some really important ones to check out. Also check out my archives. We're going to refer to that later because I make a new video every day since like the beginning of 2016. I've been making videos since 2013, actually. But at first, there weren't that many videos. You can check out the archives for yourself. But anyway, the Bitcoin was on the cover of the Wall Street Journal today. All right. That's what Alan Silbert put out there. Bitcoin price jumps past $4,000, it said. That's pretty awesome. That's mainstream media covers right there. The Financial Times has an article that I linked to. And they even said, they even used the term FOMO, fear of missing out. They even mentioned it in the article, which is hilarious. They're creating the FOMO. They didn't paint out rosy pictures for ICOs in that Financial Times article. You can make up your own mind. Hey, a couple of notes here about the show. People have asked, are you going to have Ask Me Anything, Adam? You skipped the August one and the July 1st one. Yeah, I was traveling for both of those. And also the Ask Me Anythings turn into like cesspools, basically, with a bunch of trolls asking a lot of personal questions. But maybe I'll give it another chance. So September 1st, hopefully we'll have an Ask Me Anything here. Some people also are still confused. When I say buy and hold 2020, I'm talking about the Bitcoin halving, that this is just a goal, a long-term goal, so people don't panic sell, so people have a strong hand. So they have a logical reason to hold until 2020, because the price in the past, before the 2016 halving, rose a lot right before the 2020 halving. This does not mean that Adam is selling all his Bitcoin in 2020. It doesn't mean Adam is selling any of his Bitcoin in 2020, actually. It means the earliest possible date that Adam sells his Bitcoin is after the halving of 2020, okay? That he sells any of his Bitcoin, any. So I've said this before, and I guess I'm gonna have to say it 80 more times, but it does not imply, people like to put words in my mouth. And I know I sound a little frustrated with it. It is a little frustrating. It's frustrating when people put words in your mouth. And I know most of you don't mean to do it in that way. And I shouldn't get this frustrated. See, I'm talking through it right now. We got to stay positive. Got to stay positive. We all have days we get frustrated, right? It's the important thing is not to let it get you. Nothing's getting me down, obviously. But I just want to clarify that. Remember, Bitcoin is like a savings account. Trade it as your savings account. Buy Bitcoin. Now the price is $4,300, all right? So if you have extra money that you were going to save, use it on Bitcoin. But don't like go into credit card debt to start buying Bitcoin. I mean, some people might say that's cool. I don't think it's cool. Hey, also, I can't see the guys in the chat. I just see, Vention's symbol. But I do appreciate the people who participate in this super chat thing where you give me fiat tips. I think it's an awesome aspect of YouTube. It is. A lot of people complain about some things about YouTube, but I like how they have this super chat thing. So, hey. All right, so the king of the trolls and an unnamed, it says that he and some unnamed large friend holding, the guys that hold a lot of Bitcoin that are friends of his. There's a Reddit thread about this. I linked to it below. He says that they've been considering selling their Bitcoin for Bcash, to make a statement. And that would definitely temporarily, at least, pump Bcash, and it wouldn't be good news for Bitcoin. There'd be a drop for Bitcoin. I linked to that below, okay? I link to that Reddit below, and you can see who King of the Trolls is. You can actually read his name in that. I actually was going to say his name tonight, but there's no reason for me to say his name, because you can just click on it and you can know who the King of the Trolls is. He is a guy. Thank you, the Bad Virus, for sending those 10 pounds. He's a super chat for the win. Super chat for the win. Thanks. All right, back to King of the Trolls over in Japan, and he lives in Japan. But yeah, he's making these subtle threats now. And, it'd be insane for him to do this, but maybe he will do it. I don't know. But you can click on that Reddit and you can see his name. Now, I want to clarify something about King of the Trolls. He is not trolling me. He does not care about me. So when he doesn't come to my chat to troll. He's been on my show before. But there's some people, and I guess it is some people could think well, if you're calling him King of the Trolls, then it must mean he trolls you. There are people who think that. So I wanted to clarify that, because I know there might be a little bit of confusion. So I don't say the dude's name because he doesn't, we helped out by mentioning these people by their names and giving links to their sites and we did them a lot of favors and helped them spread the word and cause a lot of FUD, and we were being used, and they would complain about censorship, and we wanted to be the good guys and show, hey, we're not censors, but it was all part of the big plan, complain about censorship, and then they'll let us on all their shows. So I let the dude on my show. I'm not saying the guy's name. I'm not helping him out anymore. He might be dumping all this stuff soon, though, into Bcash. So keep all that in mind when you just keep that all in mind for November. You got to have a strong hand. You got to have a strong hand for these things. These are temporary problems, though. If he sells all his stuff, it is just a temporary problem. Bitcoin could drop $1,000, though. If he sold all his stuff tomorrow, Bitcoin could go down to $3,000 tomorrow. It could. It really could. And people will be going crazy. I mean, basically, it could go down to 3,500 and then drop even more on everyone going crazy because this one guy and his unnamed buddies sold their Bitcoin for Bcash. All right, but then it'll pass. All right, end of that rant. People like to compare Bitcoin to tulips and tulip mania, and they especially, they used to talk about it a lot during the Mt. Gox buildup back in the day. We had a run up to 1,000 and then it dropped down to 200 eventually. Well, tulips, they had a huge run up. Then they dropped down and they were nothing. At least that's the way the story has been told to me. They never went back up again, then tripled in value, then quadrupled in value, okay? So Bitcoin's done a little bit more than those tulip mania people did. Now, maybe some of you are going to say, Adam, you're wrong about that. Then I guess I'm wrong about it. Did tulips go up and down and up and then to the moon? I don't know about that. I don't know. But I think it's a valid point I'm bringing up here. I wasn't around in the 1600s or whatever it was. Pound that like button. So Turban I'm telling you, we're all the tulip thing is so old. I mean, it's just like, what happens if there's an EMP attack? And what happens if a nuclear weapon goes off? I mean, it's the same. What happens if the moon crashes into the earth? We got better things to worry about. All right. But these are the same things we hear over and over again from the fudsters. Dude, I'm giving the fudsters too much airtime here tonight. Really. So Turdemeester, who is not a fudster, who's an awesome dude to follow, who's been on this show before, because I am proud of the awesome guests that come onto this show. All right. And by the way, if King of the Trolls actually started to troll me in my chat and on my page, then they've lost really big time, really big time. I also wanted to say that, remember, Bcash is not an ordinary, and he does not troll me. I just want to make that clear. He does have better things to do with his life, thank the Lord. Because if you're trolling Adam Meister, dude, man, what's up with that? I'm some dude with like 10,000 YouTube subscribers. You got to have better things to do with your life than troll me, seriously. But Bcash is not your ordinary altcoin. You're trolling some dude from Baltimore? All right, so Bcash is not some ordinary altcoin. I mean, the only thing lower than that is like trolling some dude from Cleveland or something, or Detroit. Those places are okay. Those places are okay. Baltimore's okay. I love it. That's where I'm from. So Bcash is not your ordinary altcoin. It can be used as an attempted tool of destruction. Remember that. Remember that. So that when you hear people are buying Bcash, they might be using it as a tool of destruction. It was not created in a friendly way. So always keep that in mind, when we talk about Bcash here. It is an attempted tool of destruction for Bitcoin. All right, going back to Turdemeester, his tweet, which is listed below. Aside from Ethereum and Ripple, look, I said the word Ripple, in the past year, every altcoin topped out before it achieved 4% of total cryptocurrency market cap. Now, this is a very interesting point here. We have a bunch, people are like, I just need to buy all the top 10 altcoins and I'll be in great shape. No, because they're constantly changing. And only 2 of them have actually achieved 4% of total cryptocurrency market cap. So they're shooting stars. So it's a flavor of the month type of thing. There's a new flavor of the month every month in that world. Buy and hold Bitcoin. It's the sensible thing to do. Bitcoin has been very, very good to me. You can check out a couple of shows ago and see all the stuff I was implying. If you can read between the lines, how well it has treated me. And obviously now that it's over $4,000, I'm in even better financial shape. And again, it's impressive. It's impressive what buying and hold has done for me, really. I mean, anyway, so, and it's boring. It's boring. All I did was buy. But again, boring pays off, man. I'm not complaining, dudes. But we're going to get to why you can't get into altcoins in a second. An altcoin disaster story is below. It's linked to below also, of course. Alistair Milne, who is awesome. He has a tweet. If you think this is exciting, wait until you see the price during the run-up to the next Bitcoin halving event. And he says it's about 1,000 days away from now. Yes, I'm glad someone else is talking about the Bitcoin halving of 2020. And as I mentioned it before, it's important to mention again. If Alistair's talking about it, Adam's talking about it, just hold on till then, people. Hold on till 2020. It's about 1,000 days away, he said, the next Bitcoin halving event. Keep this in mind. It's a basic deflationary aspect of the coin that attracts people to cryptocurrency and Bitcoin. People have forgotten about basics like these because they're just into like flipping stuff. But you really shouldn't forget this. And it's a good point. If you think this is exciting, wait till the build up to that, because during the run up to that. And I have said, I think the run up is going to actually start in late 2019 when people start talking about that Bitcoin halving. But here on this channel, we've been talking about that Bitcoin halving since the last Bitcoin halving of 2016, because I want my people to know that in advance. Because if you listen to me and we're just buying and holding after the last Bitcoin halving, that means you were buying $600 Bitcoin back then. After the last Bitcoin halving, it like went down to about 600. I think it flatlined around 600, 650, whatever. It doesn't even matter right now. Look, it's at 4,300 freaking bucks. If you would have spent 6,500, you would have 10, and you'd have $43,000 worth of Bitcoin now. All right. So buy and hold. Oh yeah, here. This link for at Reddit, you have to check it out yourself. How I won't use the word the person used, how I messed up and turned 600 Bitcoin into 200 Bitcoin. So this man is a wealthy man, I think. He spent about $1.5 million on Bitcoin. He acquired 600 Bitcoin. This was, he said he paid about $2,700 for his Bitcoin each. All right. Now that Bitcoin obviously is worth $4,300, $4,325 as we're going the air today. So imagine if he had 600 Bitcoin that was worth $4,325. No, what he did was he was impatient. He bought, at first he spent a little bit of money on some altcoin and it did real well. So basically then he spent all of his Bitcoin on altcoin, all 600 on altcoins. And he goes through, he lists every altcoin he bought and how much he lost in terms of Bitcoin on each one. So now all those altcoins that he owns are worth 200 Bitcoin. When if he just would have held his Bitcoin, his stash would be worth 600 Bitcoin. Okay, so that's why you value. And then people chimed in and said, well, in terms of dollars, you're doing okay. And maybe he is doing okay in terms of dollars. I don't know. But in terms of Bitcoin, his stash is worth 200 now. It should be worth 600. And that's some big money right there. And but again, if you don't have a lot of Bitcoin, if you did that with 6 of your Bitcoin and now it's only worth 2 Bitcoin, that's a pretty big deal for someone. That's a pretty big deal for a regular guy, okay? So check out that Reddit link below. You can please check out the links below. Click on them because these videos aren't just about listening to me or looking at me. They're about, clicking on the links. I do the research. I provide for the viewers. And I appreciate when you guys click on the links. And they're friends of mine in the links too, obviously. I link to guys I know and stuff. But this is just a random Reddit thing and actually, yes, for motivation. I was on his show yesterday. Check him out. He told me about this link. I should have said that. Sorry about that. Yeah, he's going to talk about it in depth, I think, tomorrow on his show. Speaking about shows, my This Week in Bitcoin show, again, was great. The guests were great. Check out the archives. Check out the links to that below. But something funny about my archives, I like to do these titles. So, I mean, I guess that I love when Bitcoin hits a new milestone, I like to put the number in there. So if you go back in time, there's some hilarious ones like $700 Bitcoin. And you look back now, like, that's not that much. I mean, I'd be panic selling if it went down to $700, people were saying. Guys, you do not understand. When it was hitting $700, I was so happy. I was probably looking happier than I do like when it hits 4,300. It was quite a time, but it just shows how fast this space is growing. We're hitting new awesome points, all-time highs all the time. And it's fun to look back. Pound that like button, people. Seriously, that makes me happy. So I'll leave this on an interesting note. People do ask me, like, Adam, is there a good time for me to buy in? Do you see it dropping soon? And I cannot predict these things. All right, I cannot predict price tracks. But if you use your head here, all right, we already mentioned the King of the Trolls thing. If all of a sudden a real big public figure says I'm spending all my Bitcoin on Bcash, then that's something right there that if something like that happens. Now we don't know if that's even going to happen. So that's a time you'd want to buy a lot at, because the price will go down. But I can't predict when that price drops. Really, I can't. I think people will just want me to say there's going to be a price drop. Now again, we've got the 2x situation coming up, where there could be another fork. They could create another coin in November. Now, if that happens, there'll be some temporary panic. Again, the mainstream media will really pick up on that one too. That one they'll really pick up on if they decide to do it. Now, it's just the formation of another altcoin. We all know that. It's a temporary blip. It's a temporary drop. It could drop $1,000. Who knows? Bitcoin could be worth 5,000 and drop down to 4,000 then. But still, I mean, people are asking about future drops in the price of Bitcoin. There you go. Those are scenarios where it could happen. But again, let me tell everyone, you just got to have a strong hand through all of this. And let me tell everyone again, there will be bad days. I can't predict the future. There are going to be days where Bitcoin loses a lot. There is going to be a day in the future where, in terms of dollar value, Bitcoin will lose more in dollar value than it ever has in one day. I don't know what the current record is. What is it? Like Bitcoin went down 500 one day once? I don't know. 400? I don't even know. But it'll break that record one day. It won't mean as much because it'll be, hopefully Bitcoin will be $5,000 then or something like that. But these are just, but I want to prepare everybody for the strong hand. Look back to see the all-time highs we were hitting back in the day, and why, if you weren't involved in the community then, why, if you took my advice and had a strong hand, you'd be so happy now. So have a strong hand. Have a strong hand. That's the end of the show right now. I'm Adam Meister, the Bitcoin Meister, Disrupt Meister. Remember to subscribe to this channel, like this video, share this video, pound that like button, which is the same as liking this video. I'm just repeating myself. And please check out the links below, especially today, because they're very informative. I will join you guys in a chat for a little bit. It is late at night here in Dublin, Ireland. Goodbye.